Hi, I'm Frank Bailey, and this is my Dungeons & Dragons demo reel. Yes, it is a bit on the long side, but that's because there are 3 very different clips in here from 3 different sessions that I think best show my ability. If you have any questions for me, please reach out to me using the email address in the description below. Well, I hope you have a great day and that you enjoy this video.
The barmaid, she says, "Oh, good morning. Glad you made it down here. I hope things weren't too loud for you, sweetie. Are you hungry?"
Yes.
Great, I'll get you something. And do help yourself to some of the drink right there. And she busies off into the kitchen.
Hey, come take a seat over here. We have quite the menagerie. I've never fought Big Bird before. You look like quite good fight too.
At that, you hear a tiefling in fine clothing that looks quite dashing, actually, stands up and is from that rowdy crowd and looks over at you all and says, "Is that someone looking for a fight, I heard?" And he zones in right on you, Capes. And he looks up to the rest of his group. He says, "Ho ho, boys, I think someone's yearning for a fight." And then you see this brawny half-orc say, "Well, I don't know. Over there, I mean, that's an odd crew. Do we really want to tango with them?" And then you get this other character, this elf that's kind of got this twitch in his eye. I don't know, guys. They're kind of perfect.
Trakan, you can see from the other side, from atop the ship, towards the water, these large tendrils, these tentacles start to crest out of the water.
No, I was kidding. I didn't want a kraken.
And these two, they look purple and blue, and they have these large scales on them. And at the tops of the tendrils they're flattened, and they actually look like they have eyes at the end of them. And it pulls up, and it opens up with a mouth on the end.
Martin
screams
something loud and scary and sailory that tells me what this is.
As you say that, these open up. As the mouths open, they screech. And they wave around and they look at the ship, directly at the ship. So when you get into the water, you can see pretty far down because of how steep that cliff is, underwater cliff. And you can see these tentacles are huge. They go down. They are up above the water about 40 feet, but below they're that distance and a little more towards the base of this thing, which is bulbous. And there is a head down there also. And it is along pretty much the bottom of the water where the head is. And it looks like it has it's using more tentacles to pull itself along the bottom of the water.
So I'm gonna head back towards shore.
Okay. As you fly away, you hear this as the whole back end of the ship is just flung into the air as the tentacle pulls it off. And then the other side does the same, and you see the boat kind of tugged because nothing is keeping it to the ground. It's just flung off in that direction.
Oh, all my shit.
And then you hear the scraping you can actually now hear the scraping of this creature as it pulls itself up the underwater cliff. And you can begin to see its face cresting out of the water. And it has these long tendrils drooping from its jowls, and these big eyes, 2 big eyes, and what looks like barnacles and coral have started to grow around its head and the rest of its abdomen. And it looks, actually, Trakan, as you look back, as anyone who's looking back sees, its back actually looks like it's being stretched, like when puffinfish are, when they're bigger, you can almost tell that they look kind of expanded.
Oh, okay. Oh, puffer fish. Okay.
Yeah, but not puffin fish.
Puffin fish. I'm like, puffins are birds.
Yeah, that's true. So, puff.
It's okay.
Yeah, puffin fish is now a thing, though. Okay. Okay, so 7 plus your 4, and you did some damage earlier. So you throw both of these darts just, and it goes in towards the head because you said you were just beyond from where the tentacle was, and it gets right on it, this head, if you will, head of the tentacle, and the eyes that are on it look right at you, and the mouth opens up, and it extends towards you.
Okay, so as soon as I see it, I'm like celebrating, and then I like Capesh just thought it was like a normal tentacle that didn't have anything at the end of it, so he's just like, oh, like his face just makes that, and then he just like.
With this, you hear another rumbling and the quaking of the ground, the shaking of the ground, and this creature, Trakan, from where you are, you can see, and Kapesk, where you are, as you are starting to get out of the water, you can see this thing, huge, bulbous abdomen, the head, it comes up, and from its head just lays on the beach, looks around, and then its back. You see this this cavern-like space in the back open.
Oh.
And the head, reclines a bit more onto the beach as the skin around its back relaxes. And you can see a pouch, a large pouch. And inside, you see humanoid-like creatures. You see they are scaly. They've got fins around their heads, 2 on each side and 1 on the back. Some of them have 4 arms. All of them have 2 legs. Some of them have armor made of coral. And these weapons are a combination of metal and coral as well. And they look mean, and they are all... You know how lizards are like this too? They've got 2 eyelids. Each eyelid opens. That's my eyelid sound. It's like a kiss. There we go. As it peels back, and it's like these soldiers are coming to life, and they step forward, and they look at the beach. You can see Kapesk easily enough. Their eyes are trained on the crew running. And they come to life, and they start sprinting after them.
Constitution, you said, eh?
Yes. All right. I love you guys so much. I'm so excited.
Yes!
Kind of neat.
Such a drunk session.
All right. Suddenly, the puppy, its fur is like really soft. You never really took notice before, but damn, that's one soft puppy. And
Does he start
you're
stroking it and then realize it's me?
you just, you do. You are. I love that picture. You do intensely stroking it, and then you look down, and it's a tail. It's just a giant cat-like tail.
All right. Oh.
Have you heard of this sort of rhyme? Lady in a tower. Is this? Are you pulling my hair?
Ooh. No. I think I've got her tail. Oh.
No, but I mean, is she pulling our tails that don't?
You don't have tails.
You
I
know.
have a tail.
How do
I'm
you
male
know?
and I have a tail.
Oh,
That
good.
rhymes.
Good rhyme. Good rhyme. Bottoms up.
But time's up.
No, I said bottoms. Wait,
Play on word, you idiot.
bottoms.
Audrey, can you give
As
me
you-
back my tail?
Bottoms up.
Audrey, can you give me back my tail, please?
Oh, sorry. Thought that was my mug. Mug.
I feel like you need a bit of a game.
No, it's not what you think. I'm just. It's fine. It's not like I'm interested in her like that anyway. Her lineage is rather respected in this area, and I think she'd be a great companion, a great individual to network with.
This is you I heard, Vale. Vale, do you have any thoughts? I've only seen dwarvish culture. What about...
Let's go on. Well, he would not have left without if it felt uncomfortable. He would have gone if he would have left to be like, oh, I want to give you your space, and then he would be in bed and he'd be like, wait, was that like a hit it and quit it that just happened? No, oh no, it probably does seem like that. So he'd probably be like, he would get all in his head.
And then he'd go back into a room?
He'd go back into her room. And he'd be like,
Round two.
No. First he would like wait till the morning. He'd listen at her door and be like, not at the door, but like listen from across the hallway. And he'd be like, she sounds awake. Okay. And then he'd knock on the door and then he'd say, hey, sorry. I just wanted to be clear. The whole me leaving last night, it's not like I was just disrespecting or anything. It was just that I wanted to give you your space. I mean, maybe
One day I was a virgin.
maybe you wanted the bed all to yourself, and I, you know, I've got a big bed, and I could just have that to myself.
Eleanor puts her hand on your mouth. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
It's good. I would be happy to see you again if you wish to see me again too.
Oh.
Otherwise, if you want to part away, it's perfectly fine with me as well. I will be in town for the next month.
Oh,
I guess I will see you around.
that's the thing. I don't know where we're going. So
That's fine.
just wanted to
Now
make sure we
let
did
me
all
get
the
back
kids
to my shower, please.
Oh, you have a shower? I'm so
Yes.
jealous. I imagine as she's closing the door, you have a shower. What?
Can I come?
Can I borrow that when you're done?
She
I'm a
picks
little
up
bit
and
stinky.
looks at you and goes, "There's a free shower in the stables if you really want one."
Oh.
Oh, that's what you get for abandoning a woman in the middle of the night.
I might have deserved that. I might have deserved that.
Wow, great.
Fail, Hana. Did I just get burned?